Mm. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie Camille, and I talk about all things having to do with faith, the creative arts, and well-being. It's been a minute since I have made a video for YouTube, spoken to you guys, just shared with you about the many journeys I've been on. But I just wanted to take some time out to just make this very informal video, which actually I feel like all of my videos are pretty informal, but I just wanted to connect and just have this opportunity to just give you guys an update on how things have been over the past year. It has been actually a very transformational year, so I'm just gonna get into it. So the last time I made a video, it was about how I was, going from having braids to locks. It was about a little bit over a year ago. And I was going through, I was just kind of having like a new transition in life. Yeah. So I was having kind of this new transition in life. And in this transition that I was having, I was really thinking about how I just want to grow. I'm 33 years old. I live in London. I'm originally from Los Angeles, and I've been married now for 2 years. And one of my biggest goals going into 2023 was that I really just wanted to grow as a woman, and who I am, in my femininity and wisdom and discernment. And I also really wanted to break myself of feeling really bound to my external appearance, comparing myself to other people, comparing myself to other people's journeys, other people's paths, and really wanted this year to be a year where I focus on the path that God has placed me on. And a part of that was this loc journey that I've been on. A part of that is my relationship with God and my spiritual practice. But another part of that is also my movement practice and well-being, and where all of these things kind of sit together. And so it has been a really beautiful journey thus far. So I think I'll kind of just talk a little bit about my loc journey, and then the things that God has been teaching me through my loc journey, which has fed into my life's purpose and my creative purpose in life, and how I am living all of those things out in my relationship with God. So when I started my loc journey, so my husband has locks. He's had them for about 2 years now, maybe a little bit more than that. But I always knew I wanted to start locks, and I would always tell myself, I'm going to start when I turn 40. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I got to that point where I felt like, yeah, I'm ready. I was just over trying to make my hair look a certain way, that I wanted it to be this certain length. I wanted my curls to look a certain way. And it's not that I didn't feel beautiful in my own skin, or how I naturally was, because I did. And I cultivated really healthy hair practices in that process of learning how to take care of my natural hair. But all in all, I still was very unhappy with the amount of time it took, thinking about what style I was gonna do, all of these other things. And so I was just ready. Like, I came back from LA, literally a day later, I started taking my braids out and started to put locks in. So I started these locks with 2-strand twists, and initially I started with interlocking at the roots just so that they wouldn't come out. And I interlocked one other time after that for like a retie, and then afterwards I was like, I don't want to do this. Like at the time I had about 200 locks, and I was like, nah, it ain't for me. Doing reties weren't for me, and I didn't want to spend money on going to get my hair retied either. For those who are kind of like new to what locks are and everything, there's tons of videos out there, but I'll just briefly share. Like retying is when you actually interlock the hair with an actual tool, or you could use a crochet hook. And so that's what I did to initially, start them. And you could actually kind of like feel the point of where I actually did that. After that, I just started to retwist out. Maybe months later, 4 months or 5 months in, I went to a loctician, my husband's loctician, and she did my hair for the first time. And she did my hair for maybe the next 4 months or so. And then we went full time with our production, creative media company, really. And my husband did. And I still work full time, and I'm getting a master's degree. So I've just been helping the business on the side. So we had to cut costs. And so I just started to maintain my own hair. I colored my own hair with box dye, and I've been maintaining my hair ever since. I wanted to show you guys what it looks like when I need a retwist, and I need one, but it's okay. I actually really enjoy my hair like this. Like, I'm not worried about, and this is the thing. Over this year, I have learned to love myself in every way. And I think when I wore my hair in its naturally curly pattern, I kept trying to get it to look a certain way. And since I've started wearing locks, there is no trying to get it to look a certain way, because your locks are forming and they're developing and they're doing their thing. And so you kind of have to surrender to that process. And when it comes to your naturally curly hair, you don't really need to surrender to the process. Like, you bend your curly hair's will the way that you want it to be. But with locks, you have to let them do what they're meant to do. And so I had no choice but to allow myself to go through that process. And I'm still going through the process of them expanding and contracting and budding and growing and all of these other things. And I've really enjoyed that process, because I've looked different every single month and I've had no control over it. And so it really broke me free of needing to have this control over my appearance, over my life, over my look, over what I think that I should look like. Obviously, I would present myself well to the world, and still would pull my hair back or up as I needed to, or whatever. But if you guys want to, you can go on my shorts, you can see how my hair has transitioned from when I started until now. But if you want other pictures, I'm happy to, make another video and go more in depth about that. But yeah, so it really broke me free, and I felt like I was felt like shackles almost, being bound to, my curly hair is gonna grow to this length and it's gonna look this way, and I had all this curl envy, and it's just, it was crazy. And now I'm my hair is unique, and all I did was twist it, and now it's this 13 months later, and I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be more free. I couldn't feel more confident and beautiful at this time in my life. And it's honestly just, it's really incredible. And I think that was definitely one of the lessons that God was teaching me, and still teaching me, is to allow myself to find contentment in simplicity, and contentment in not needing much. And I really see that a lot in Jesus's character, is that Jesus didn't need applause. Jesus didn't need praise. Jesus didn't need anybody to tell him anything good about himself. Jesus didn't need any of that. He kind of lived his way in this world in such a way that he didn't seek approval from men, nor did he care for it. And he was completely detached from how the world perceived him, because the only perception that mattered to him was how God perceived him. And God said that he was his good and faithful servant. And so because I've allowed myself to detach, and I'm not going to say I've made it, now I'm like in the loc community, and like my whole algorithm on Instagram is full of women with locks. But I now it's different, because like I know my hair is not going to look like anybody else's. It's going to look this way. And sure, it might be similar. I might have a similar lock size or a similar hair texture. But everybody's hair is literally unique, and it is specific to you. And that is what's so beautiful about it. And it doesn't matter if your edges are slicked down or not. It doesn't matter if your hair is like, there's days when I'm like, I look like a boy, and I'm like, but I like it though. Like, I'm free. I feel free. And it feels really good. It feels really good. So that's how that journey has been for me. Now, another thing that, like I mentioned earlier, my husband and I went full-time with our creative media business. So we started a social enterprise in London, and it's twofold. So we have a social aim, and that is to work within the community, and we teach young people how to connect with their community through photo and film. And we also work with businesses to help visualize their ethos, but also the impact that they're having within communities. So that is our business. So yes, we do photography, yes, we do film, but it is meant to be purposeful. So that's our business. And I am doing things on the back end of the business while I'm working a full-time job with the NHS, which is the National Health Service here in London. And I'm working as an occupational therapist assistant apprentice at this time, and getting my master's degree. And I'll be a registered occupational therapist next December. And then I am also simultaneously in a somatic movement program, which is called the Tamapa Life Art Expressive Arts program. And this program has been so beautiful, in that I am discovering so much about myself, the trauma that's been held in my body, and learning how to really cope with my emotions, learning how to really cope and find resources through using these expressive arts modalities such as movement and drawing and journaling, and using these tools to create a bridge within my life and my art practice. And God really brought me to this practice. That's another story, and I can get into this practice in a different video. But essentially, I've been this practice has been so integral in my life, in that I've been able to use movement and use creativity as a way to interrogate what's alive and what's being held in my body, and having the opportunity to really work through those things through art, and find those areas of where they're really impacting my relationships, where they impact my marriage, where they impact, my family relationships, my friendships. And I really want to talk more about this, because I know that a lot of you guys who have subscribed to my channel, you see like some of the movement and dance and the creative things that I do, and a lot of you guys like ask me about it. And so I want to create separate videos for it, but please like write in the comments and ask me questions that you might want to know about it. And maybe I'll do a little series on going through like each body part and what's held in our body, and the tools that we can use to learn how to regulate our emotions, to regulate our sensory system, and to even notice how our body physiologically responds to different experiences and different circumstances, and really learning how to cope with them. So if you're really interested in that, please let me know, and I will endeavor to make content like this. But I've just given you guys the scope of my life right now, and I really want to be consistent. That was another one of my goals on my vision board, was just to be consistent with making videos, and just sharing all of these different aspects of myself, because I know that there are people out there that this will resonate with, and I know especially creatives, and creatives who are Christians, creatives who are believers, who want to find ways to really glorify God through their art and through their work. And so I really want to hold space for that, and for you who are really seeking that sort of guidance and that sort of advice, that sort of place where you can find ideas and hear what other people are doing. And I really want to build community, and so I hope that this video, it can be a catalyst for that. So please let me know if that is something that you're interested in, and I will speak to that even more. I don't want this video to be longer than what it is right now. But yeah, so that's just been my journey for over this past year, and there's so much more. There's so much more, and I'll make a separate video for that. But yeah, if you want to hear more about this and my journey and the way how I'm just like navigating through life with these different aspects, and if there's something that you connect with, also subscribe, give this a like, give this a thumbs up. It'll let me know that this is for people who are really drawn to this, and I will continue to share and make content. And I'm learning as I go. It's crazy because I do film and dance on film, and I can make a film, but like doing YouTube videos, I feel like I think so much about it and so heavily about it, when actually I don't really need to. But I want this to be of value, and I want to share things that are of value to you guys who are really looking to build community and to have these conversations. So please message me, comment, let me know what it is that you're thinking about and what you're looking for in this space, and we can go from there. Before I go, I'm gonna turn around so you guys can see the back of my hair. This is where we're at so far. I need a retwist. She will come soon, but for now, we're here. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video here. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.